What is up, guys? It's me, Noah here, and today we are watching his story. And you guys might be a little confused because
Huh? No.
what is this background?
No, what are you doing?
Yo, yo, don't mind him. It's just Junior.
No, why are you recording? It's 12 of the fucking.
Actually, it's 1. Alright, anyways, we're in this house. I'm not gonna look over there because Junior's there, and I would not want to leak his face.
Please don't. Here, I have something I can put.
Okay. The best you have to put over your face is like clothes, but anyways,
Clothes?
we're watching Hizzy story. What the hell is bro doing?
You can show me for 1 second.
Bro, okay. Guys,
I turn it back now.
he's naked. I'm kidding.
So I'm confirmed.
Alright. Yeah, that's Junior. And today, this will be a 2-part video, by the way. Well, it's not gonna be like 2 parts. I'm recording this right now at 1:30 a.m. The second part will be recorded at like 1 or something. If we have enough time, I don't know. Alright.
Yep.
Let's start with the first video.
I walked in.
Oh my god, it's so loud. Let's turn
Walked where?
Yep. Let's do that.
Into class wearing my brand new hearing aids, and the teacher instantly slammed her marker down. Are you wearing earphones in my class? Take them off before I do.
No, that's crazy. Also, by the way, this has 0 views in 2 hours. You can't look because I have my face cam.
Oh, wait.
calmly told her they were hearing aids. Today is the first day I can hear my friends' voices, but she looked at me over her glasses and scoffed. That's the worst excuse I've heard in 20 years. But I
I bet it is.
literally can't hear without them. That's when she reached down and ripped one straight out of my ear. I cried out and grabbed my head in pain, but she just dropped my hearing aid on her desk and kept writing on the board like nothing happened. I pressed my hand over my
By the way, guys, like I already said, it is 1:28 p.m. as you guys can see.
AM.
A.m. That's what I meant to say. Alright, anyways, I forgot to full screen it. Screen it.
empty ear as my head started ringing. Then she called on me from across the room, but her face got red when I didn't respond. So she marched over and grabbed my shoulder from behind. I flinched so hard my desk tipped over. The whole class went dead quiet, and she pushed her glasses up her nose. Stop acting in my class, or I'll send you to the principal and have you suspended. The whole class went dead quiet, and she pushed her glasses up her nose, then picked up her phone and dialed my mom. You need to come get your son. He's faking a disability for attention. 10 minutes later, my mom walked in through the door and looked right at my ear that was missing the hearing aid. She whipped her head and saw.
For a second, I actually thought I was like watching someone watching his story. But no, I forgot. This was a reaction video.
It sitting on the teacher's desk. So she calmly walked over to the teacher and plucked the glasses right off her face. The teacher panicked and grabbed at the air. Wait, I literally can't see without those. Mom smiled. That's the worst excuse I've heard in 20 years. She fitted my hearing aid back in, took my hand, and walked me out. And the last thing I heard was the teacher bumping into her own desk. I walked into class wearing my
Cool. Like I already said, shout out to his story. I'm not subscribing because he does use AI thumbnails. Brother, his story uses AI thumbnails. Yeah. So I won't subscribe, but I will watch.
If you guys can tell, I'm sleep deprived.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be? It's 1:30 a.m.
I didn't sleep yesterday, so.
Let's see.
I was sitting alone in class when I noticed the hamster cage was hanging wide open. The weird kid Dex had taken Peanut out of her cage and was squeezing her in his fist. He grinned at me. You're the hamster monitor for today, right? It's your job to keep this thing safe.
I mean, don't, like, squirrels only... Wait, not squirrel. Peanut. Yeah, hamsters. Don't hamsters only, like, live for, like, a month or 2? So...
I nodded at him. Then he said it out loud, so there'd be no confusion.
So, how long did it live for?
Class policy says whoever loses her walks the whole school in their underwear. I gasped, because he was right. I needed to get Peanut back into her cage before the rest of the class returned from class policy says whoever loses her walks the whole school in their underwear.
That is not true. That does not happen. If anyone, the rule is if anyone loses peanut, they have to walk the entire school with underwear and nothing else.
Gasped because he was right. I needed to get Peanut back into her cage before the rest of the class returned from lunch, or
If the people can on the video can hear you.
Probably.
I'd be stuck in my underwear while everyone laughed at me. I told him to put her back, but he stepped up on a desk where I
Refuse. Have you ever heard of the word no? It's the first part of my name. No. Okay. You can say my name. If you can say Noah, I think you can say the first part of my name, which is no.
couldn't reach. I lunged anyway, and he swung her out over the aisle. Her legs dangled in the air, and she screamed for help. So I stopped grabbing and started begging. Dex, please let her down. Peanut is pregnant with 3 little hamster babies.
Alright, I just came back from my mental breakdown. Anyways.
But his smirk just got even bigger. He held the hamster over his open mouth. I wonder how a hamster tastes. I froze.
Said me. How does a hamster taste?
And thought Peanut's fate was to be eaten by this gremlin. But that's when the door swung wide open. Lunch had ended, and every student had returned, only to see Dex holding the class hamster over his open mouth. The teacher screamed, "Dex, what are you doing?" And it was so loud that Dex accidentally dropped. The student had returned, only to see Dex holding the class hamster over his open mouth. The teacher screamed.
Is that James?
The biggest beach day.
"Dex, what are you doing?" And it was so loud that Dex accidentally dropped the hamster. Peanut flipped in the air and landed right inside Dex's open mouth. Everyone's jaw dropped, and I screamed, "No!" Dex started choking hard. His foot slid off the desk, but as
Honestly, fuck the hamster. Fuck Dex.
he hit the floor, Peanut popped out of his mouth like a vending machine. I dove forward and caught her in both hands, soaked but kicking and alive. I carefully set her back in the nest and clicked the latch, safe and sound. But then she curled up and clenched her stomach. Wait, Peanut is giving birth. The whole class stampeded over Dex to crowd the glass and watched Peanut pump out 3 cute babies. The next day, Dex walked in his underwear while everyone laughed and took pictures. I was sitting alone.
Okay. I'm gonna actually like that. Well, no, I actually not gonna like that. I'm gonna heart that. Yo, why did they get rid of the dislike button? I don't like it. You know what? I'm suing YouTube.
Yeah, sue YouTube for being 15 years old and living in your mom's house.
First time I heard that hamster's name was Peanut.
Peeing nuts in your mouth.
I was stuffing my trash bag into the chute when my fat landlord appeared out of nowhere. "All garbage must be triple bagged. You will be fined $400 per bag." I crossed my arms because we both knew that was BS, and I knew exactly why
That is BS.
he was targeted.
Wait. What?
No, what else is BS? Paper.
I was stuffing my trash
Even say?
bag into the chute when my fat landlord appeared out of nowhere. "All garbage must be triple bagged. You will be fined $400 per bag." I crossed my arms because we both knew that was BS, and I knew exactly why he was targeting me. "You've been writing me up every week since my girlfriend Amelia moved in, and she tells me you check her out all the time. You're being petty and jealous, so I'm not paying a dime." He clicked his pen. "We're up to a $500 fine. Arguing with management is a violation." I laughed because I wasn't about to let myself be intimidated by a man built like Danny DeVito, but he turned red, slammed the trash room door open, and pointed at my apartment door. "That's an unapproved doormat. $200 fine. The $1,400 payment is due next week." I locked eyes with him and started throwing the trash bags down the chute. "Oops, forgot to triple bag them. Oh well." He snapped the pad shut and stomped his foot on the floor. "You know what? Amelia doesn't deserve you." I took out my phone. "Oh really? I had no idea. I'll let her know right now." I called her to come to the trash room, and as soon as she walked in, the fat man started sweating nervously. "Greetings, Miss Amelia." Her hand interlocked with mine. "What's going on, babe?" I spoke nonchalantly. "The landlord is fining us $1,900 for not triple bagging our garbage bags and for having an unregistered doormat. He thinks you're not good enough."
Be seen on the face cam, so hold on.
Check. Oh, that's gonna make it even worse.
Okay. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good.
For me. What do you think, babe? The fat man tugged at his collar, and Amelia tilted her head. Wait, I know you. You're the guy who takes the treadmill next to mine when the whole gym is empty. I see you everywhere. I told you to leave me alone. She jabbed a finger at him. You're a creep. The Oompa Loompa looked so angry I thought smoke was going to come out of his ears. Everything doubles. $3,800 fine. Amelia's eyes filled with tears. We can't afford that. For the first time all day, I stopped finding the situation funny. But he smiled at her, crying. Should have thought about that before you rejected me. Amelia wiped her face and walked at him with her fists clenched. He backpedaled and tripped on a piece of trash, and as he stumbled backwards, I reached past his shoulder and pulled the flap open. He caught the frame and his chubby legs kicked over the drop, and as he fell, I leaned into the shaft. Should have triple bagged yourself. That's a $400 fine. I guess we're even. I slammed the flap shut like I was closing his file. As we walked out, I was already looking for a new place to live. Worth it. I was stuffing my trash. I was defending a robbery case in court when I stood up and said, "Your Honor, my client is definitely guilty." The courtroom erupted in laughter. Someone yelled, "What is this lawyer saying?" And my client's head snapped towards me. I was sweating buckets because there was only one explanation. That morning, my stupid son had blown out his birthday candles and wished for just one thing. My dad can't lie for the whole day. And now, because of that stupid wish, I was going to lose this case and end up jobless unless I somehow saved my reputation. The judge leaned forward. "Counselor, would you like to rephrase that?" I opened my mouth to fix it, but what came out was, "No, Your Honor, he did all of it." My client yanked my sleeve and whispered,
Stupid idiot.
"Fix this, or else."
Why you not become doctor?
You stupid idiot. Why you let your son control your life, mate?
My jaw clenched harder and harder every second. But then I got a brilliant idea. I call my own client to the stand. He walked up smiling because we'd planned to feed him easy questions. So I looked him in the eye and asked the first question. "Where were you that night?" He leaned into the mic all relaxed. "At home, sleeping, like I told the cops." But my mouth suddenly interrupted. "No, you weren't. You told me you were at the jewelry store where the robbery took place." The courtroom laughed again, and he gripped the stand. "Whose side are you on?" "Yours. That's the sad part." I clamped both hands over my mouth, and tears fell through my eyes. I leaned in for my last question. "You cracked that vault in 4 minutes all by yourself." That's the sad part. I clamped both hands over my mouth, and tears fell through my eyes. I leaned in for my last.
Not for me.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Question. "You cracked that vault in 4 minutes all by yourself, right?" That's when my client shocked everyone and shot up so fast his chair flipped. 4? No, that's wrong. 3 minutes. I cracked the vault in 3 minutes. Put some respect on my name. The whole courtroom froze, and even the judge's mouth fell open. My client slapped a hand over his own mouth. That's when it hit me. My son's wish had somehow rubbed off on him. The officers grabbed him, and as they dragged him out, he yelled, "It was a Class 4 vault. Put that in the record." The doors slammed, and the judge slowly took off his glasses and looked right at me. In 30 years, I've never known anyone pull the truth out of a man like that. "You're the best lawyer I've ever seen." The gallery broke into applause, and the prosecutor slid me his card. "Call me if you need a job." I stood there grinning, because my son's wish had both destroyed and saved my reputation. I was defending a robbery case in court when I...
Seriously. My stupid son. What the fuck, bro?
I stood in the middle of my all-you-can-eat restaurant and felt like crying. I'd spent my life savings and trained for 5 years in culinary school, but 7 days in my dining hall was empty. The Kung Pao chicken I'd spent years perfecting sat untouched, and I dropped to my knees. But then, a 300-pound man walked in. He grabbed one of everything, and my face lit up because I finally had a real customer. But then I looked closer, and instantly got ready to fight him. He was adding his own herbs and spices to my food. I instantly stormed over and asked why he was changing my Kung Pao, but he stared at me like it was obvious. "Because your original recipe tastes like dog shit left to bake in the sun, but with a few tweaks of my own, it's delicious."
I didn't know his story swore.
My jaw dropped, and I went to escort him out, but he shoved a spoon of my own dish into my mouth before I could say a word. I nearly gagged, and my hands shook in horror because I realized the recipe I'd worked on for so long was actually a crime against taste buds. "Now try mine." He shoved a second spoon in my mouth, and my eyes glowed like in that one Ratatouille scene. "This is incredible." "I know." He walked to the entrance door, flipping the sign around to closed. "We're turning this restaurant around." For the next 5 hours, I watched him refry my wings, re-season my fish, cross entire items off the menu and call the recipes I'd spent 2 years on prison food. When he was done, I asked him if he was a chef, but he just twirled his fork. Nah, I'm just a fat guy who loves food. The next morning, I opened the restaurant, and at lunch, I watched my second ever customer take a bite of the Kung Pao. He nearly fell out of his chair and immediately went back for more. That evening, my restaurant was full, and Joe stood in my kitchen, eating the Kung Pao chicken, now as my head chef and co-owner of the restaurant. He saved my business, so giving him half was the least I could do. I asked my dad, "What are you getting me for my 18th birthday?" And he smiled.
A job.
That day's still far away, so I forgot all about it. But on my 18th birthday, I suddenly fainted. My dad rushed me to the hospital where the doctor said, "Your child has a hole in his heart." Dad broke down crying, and I was sure I was going to die. But an hour later, he came into my room saying, "It's a miracle, son. The doctors have a donor ready." So they wheeled me into surgery. When I woke up, there was a letter on my bed from my dad. But as I read it, I started crying. "Son, if you're reading this, it means everything went well. Remember when you asked what I was getting you for your 18th birthday? Back then, I didn't know what to say. Now you know. I gave you my heart." I asked my dad, "What?"
I'm down with you.
Please do.
Bro, I'll come with you.
My history teacher accidentally taught us about cavemen. Kevin, the dumbest kid in class, immediately shot up. "Is it true that cavemen invented fire?" The teacher nodded. "We should all appreciate it." Kevin cackled and rubbed his hands together like an evil fly, and none of us were prepared for what he had up his
I think Kevin did indeed have an idea.
sleeve. The next afternoon, we were back in the same seats when dark smoke filled the hallways. The intercom crackled. "Fire in the building. All students evacuate immediately."
Yo, this kid right next to me told me that my channel is not funny.
No, I didn't.
You said I don't have funny videos.
Sometimes you don't.
Guys, comment down below and subscribe. You don't have to subscribe. Don't subscribe if you don't want to. If you want to subscribe, do it. If you don't want to, don't do it. We don't like we don't like beggars in this world. No, no, no. No, 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 we don't. Right?
"This is not a drill." The fire alarm screamed, and Kevin
But anyways, comment down below. Orca Lover is cool. 1, 2, 3. If I make funny videos.
smiled at the ceiling and rubbed his hands together. As we walked out, I turned to him. "Bro, did you cause this?" He nodded like I was the dumbest kid in the school. "Duh, you heard teach. Fire's the most important thing that ever happened. I'm showing her I appreciate it, and then she'll finally let me pass her class." A girl up front
Are you an idiot?
shrieked, "You could have killed all of us." But before Kevin could respond, sprinklers went off over our heads, and I just hoped the principal would expel him so Kevin could never hurt us again. But when we made it to the front lawn, and I explained to the principal what Kevin did, he walked past Kevin and stormed right over to the teacher. "How could you be so reckless? You stood in front of a boy who is stupid enough to eat glue for lunch and told him to appreciate fire." He straightened his tie. "We're not pressing charges," Kevin cheered. "Does that mean I passed the class?" The principal sighed. "Yes, Kevin. Yes, it does." When my history teacher the school bully kicked down a 6'9" freshman.
Same kid.
When my history teacher accidentally taught us about cavemen, Kevin, the dumbest kid in class,
Same kid.
That's did
the school bully kicked down a 6'9"
Probably.
freshman, and when his tray fell, he picked up the spaghetti and squeezed it over his head. The best part about this is you can't do crap about
Yo, bro. Wait, hold on. I actually want to see something. Do a feet reveal. Do a feet.
Not fine.
Okay. No, we do feet review.
Well, look, he's covering the camera because we're about to smooth. I'm joking.
Show your face. Show your face. I will
Okay.
cover the camera.
I don't.
You get your lower half. This is how much.
Okay, bro. You can get my lower half. Most of you guys are getting from me is mine. Cautious. I am cautious.
I only did your body, bro. How? You shitty.
About it, Giraffe. But this freshman towered over him and said, "What did you just say to me?" The entire cafeteria went silent because no one had ever stood up to Logan. Logan smirked. "Be careful what you say next, circus freak. My dad practically owns this school." But the new
Or you.
kid just smirked. "Oh yeah. What's his name?" He puffed his chest out. "John Donaldson." The new kid chuckled. "His boss's name is Liam McManus, right? I know because that's my dad's name." For a second, Logan didn't say anything, and all of us had our mouths wide open because no one had ever seen him be quiet before. The new kid leaned in and whispered, "By the way, my dad says yours is a little bitch, like father, like son." He suddenly went red with anger and started crashing out. "How effing dare you!" The kid's hand closed over Logan's whole head, and he lifted him in the air like it was nothing. Logan started kicking at nothing. "Put me down!" The new kid smiled, and while still carrying Logan, he crouched down to the tray of spaghetti on the floor, picked it up, and smeared it on Logan's face. Logan kept kicking while being suspended in the air, and his sweatpants fell to his ankles to reveal SpongeBob boxers. Every kid Logan had ever bullied was now laughing at
So is our SpongeBob.
him with their phones out. The new kid smiled. "The best part about this is you can't do crap about it, little man." The school bullied
Now that's crazy.
me and my boys cornered
No.
our art
I think we're gonna do
teacher.
like
"Can you
one more short after this, and then I gotta end it.
take us to see Obsession, Mr. Bell?" He shook his head. "It's rated R. You're 14. And my boys all glanced at me, but I mouthed, "Check me out." I stared at Mr. Bell. The rumors were right. The history teacher, Mr. Flaherty, is cooler than you. Mr. Bell stood up so fast, he almost fell. "Now hold on a second." He took out his phone and instantly started scrolling AMC showtimes. I grinned at my boys because he'd do anything we wanted, as long as we called him uncool right after. Keon tested it next. "Yo, Mr. Bell, can you get us a hotel room before the movie? I want to chill." Mr. Bell laughed. "Nice try, kid." He was already turning back to his desk when I crossed my arms and rolled my eyes. "I knew you weren't as cool as Mr. Flaherty." His eyes immediately widened. "Now hold on a second." An hour later, we were at a 5-star hotel, and he was swiping his credit card
Bro, ask for $1 million, bro.
to pay for us all to have a deluxe suite. We knew this could only end
You.
badly, but we were too excited to care. And at 8 p.m., we rolled into the theater smelling like garlic butter, and Mr. Bell strutted to the counter. 5 for Obsession. I'm their guardian. We all silently dapped each other up, but then Kean grabbed my
Movie?
arm and
Is this a promo?
pointed at the concession stand. It was Mr. Flaherty, the history teacher, aka our art teacher's arch nemesis. He stood in a huddle of his third period kids, swiping his card under a tower of popcorn buckets. I gasped because I realized he was being manipulated the same way we were manipulating Mr. Bell. When Flaherty saw Mr. Bell, he turned to the kids. "Get whatever you want, and let's upgrade our chairs to recliners, just cause I'm cool like that." We all leaned in, biting our
Cool like that.
nails, waiting
Ask for $1 mil.
to see
1
what
mil. 1 mil.
would happen next. Bell clenched his fists and bought the row behind us so nobody could kick our chairs. Nobody had called anyone uncool.
You're blurring it. You know that.
And
Okay. You won't trust me. Show your face. I'm blurring it. I will blur it.
Trust it.
I promise on my life, on my mom, on my dog, on God. While we
Do you even know how to blur it?
Yes, I know how to blur it. I know what editing is.
Okay, just put a black box.
All right.
Mother.
That's your face, guys. That's his face.
That's not my face.
Okay. Okay, I'll blur it. I swear.
nobody needed to anymore. They were out cooling each other on their own.
You will see that it is blurred. If it's not blurred, this video is not coming out.
And we were the scoreboard. Eventually, they both bought out the entire cinema room. And when we walked in, I sank into my recliner behind a mountain of snacks and leaned over to Kean. "I told you the history teacher was cooler." 3 seats down, Mr.
Need to see through.
Okay.
Bell's head whipped around. "Now hold on a second." Me and my boys cornered our art teacher. My girlfriend stood in my doorway holding my laptop open. "So when were you planning to tell me about your..."
All right, this is the last short before we end the video, and I blurred his face with a black box.
My girlfriend stood in my doorway holding my laptop open. "So when were you planning to tell me about..."
I'm editing this like right now, like right after I post it, so you can see.
Wait, right after you posted?
I mean, right after I'm done recording, I'm gonna go straight into editing, so you'll see.
your other Twitch account. On the screen was my face, my
after this,
Does bro? Wait.
Name.
eat a cookie.
Does
Yeah.
his story actually have a Twitch account? Hold on. I'll BRB. BRB.
Bro, just
All right, I just looked. There is no Twitch account on his story. You lied.
you alive?
File I had never made. She clicked through messages from girls calling me cute, and every heart emoji made me look guiltier. I don't stream, I said. She turned the laptop
Oh, okay.
toward me. Apparently you do. Then she stepped back from me.
It's a fraud.
I'm not dating someone who flirts with girls behind my back. She opened the payment history, and my profile picture showed up beside tips sent to the same streamers again and again. The comments were worse, asking girls to say my
You mean chat.
username, calling them pretty, promising to come back to their streams. I stared at the screen, and even I knew how bad it looked. I swear that's not me. My hands moved too fast opening my bank app. Look, I don't have secret streamer money. I barely have sandwich money. She looked at the red balance and shook her head. Yeah, because you sent it all to random streamer girls. I froze, because somehow my proof had made me look broker and guiltier. She looked at the fake account one more time, then started closing my laptop. I'm done. Before the screen shut, a notification popped up, going live in 5. The stream opened on a game lobby with no camera, just a voice asking, "Can everybody hear me?" My girlfriend's hand froze on the laptop. That sounds like my brother. She pulled out her phone and dialed, and a ringtone buzzed through the stream. One sec, my sister's calling. Her brother answered, his voice coming from her phone and my laptop at the same time. "Hey, what's up?" She gripped the phone. "Why is my boyfriend's face on your account?" On screen, his game character walked straight into a wall, and for the first time all night, I felt the accusation lift off me. He whispered into the mic, "Oh no," and the stream went black. His voice stayed on the phone. I heard girls at school say he was cute, and streamer girls answer cute guys faster. My girlfriend closed the laptop, grabbed her keys, and looked at me for the first time like she believed me. "I owe you an apology after I ruined my brother's life." My girl
Yeah, good girl. All right. Anyway,
Good
that's gonna be that's gonna be the end for it today. I gotta blur his face because he's gonna get mad. It's literally too.
Fire.
Your face revealing one more time.
No,
I'll blur it. I will even show you
guys,
your face revealing.
this is me.
Your face revealing one more time, bro.
This is me, guys. I am Cookie. Say hello.
You are face revealing. Bro, your face.
That was in sure like a bubonic plague.
Okay. All right. You're good.
Guys, this is me. I am Cookie. You guys should believe me. I am the best cookie out there. I am vegan. Please eat me.
All right. That will be. Okay, that will be the end today. Bye.